this last episode of our L-DIH talk before the summer break. So, first of all, a little bit of housekeeping and a few rules concerning how the platform is working. First of all, you have to know that this webinar will be recorded, is recorded actually, and that's for replay purpose. Then you have on the right of your screen some tabs. So the first one is a chat, a basic chat, basically, to say hello and to engage with the rest of the audience, with your peers. Next one is about the question. So I strongly encourage you to use this one rather than the discussion tab to interact with our speakers. It would be easier for us, for me, to monitor your question through this. And last tab is about the pause. So you'll see that there will be some pause proposed during this session. And that's now, actually. So first of all, a bit of new element. We wanted to know in this episode precisely to do a quick survey about, basically, which language do you prefer our speaker will use? Some of them will talk in French, some of them will talk in English, but for the other one, it could be both. So not at the same time, sure, but that's important for us to adapt as much as possible to the audience. And the other poll that is activated in parallel is about your motivation to attend this webinar, this session of the webinar. So that's something, that's a question for those of you who are regular. That's something we like to ask our audience once again to better know you and to better engage with you also. So from someone that really wants to learn something on this technology to someone who is just here for curiosity, that's important, and no problem with the one who come from for an element of curiosity, for sure. So the poll will be activated still during still a few minutes. So our motivation, digital is a powerful lever. We all know that, and this is for every business. It allows to lowering overall costs. It makes company more competitive. The Luxembourg Digital Innovation Hub is here to put together the providers of digital solutions and services and the manufacturing sector who is searching, seeking for this kind of expertise. By this, we aim at facilitating or even accelerating the digital transformation of the industry. And through this series of webinars, the DIH Talks, we give the floor to those who can testimony of inspiring projects they have accomplished. So from time to time, it's provider, from time to time, it's a client, it's manufacturing companies. And technology is the answer, but what was the question actually? It's a quote from Cedric Price, an architect in 1966 already. And we all know that data is key, but we'll see in this episode, feedback is essential too. At the end of last year, we conducted a survey to better know our community, where the members stay in their digital transformation and what are actually the topics that are of interest for them. It appeared that everything regarding data, from collection of data to AI, machine learning, was very much in evidence. And that's why we created this mini-series of 3 episodes during so the first one happened last month, and the last one will happen on September, right after the summer break. So, for a bit of innovation, this episode will be in 3D, actually. Digitalize, Digora, and Danko are our today guests. And without further ado, let's welcome David. David is the co-founder of Digitalize. For 28 years, he has specialized on driving organizational growth and efficiency. His expertise lies in strategic planning, technology implementation, and team leadership, delivering impactful results for business. David, the floor is yours.
So first of all, thank you to Nicolas to introduce. Let's go. Can I see my SharePoint, please? Yes. Everybody see? Yeah, I
Yes.
think so. Okay. So we go to business intelligence and dashboarding and mastering sector. And by the way, I think we need to understand what is data into our life. Actually, it's a big case. We have data everywhere. We have data from our company and we have data from our personal side. So what we can do, let's say on the professional side, about all data we can get about our business. That is the way of my presentation. Um, 1 second, please. Okay, I try to make next one slide. Doesn't want. Ocean? Okay, nice. Okay. So first of all, we need to understand about what we speak. We speak about business intelligence, so data intelligence, so what we can do with all data we can receive for all about engine, about system, whatever it's come from your finance, for HR, for everywhere, company got data. So how we can do with that? Okay, so business intelligence can help us to improve our business by understand our data. That is very important. And definition of dashboard, that dashboard is just, let's say, for your people inside your company to understand better or how you have analyzed all your data. That is very important. And in, let's say, user-friendly stuff. Hello? I'm there? Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
you
There was a cut. Okay. What business intelligence and dashboarding are crucial in your manufacturing? In fact, when you have a big company, a lot of process, a lot of teams, a lot of stuff like that, you need to understand where can arrive a bottleneck or stuff like that. And then we can create a kind of interface between what is old and what is new, and how we can analyze all steps of this project. And that is very important because we go into a competition world, we go into uh, let's say, the best will win. So we need to understand how it's created, data are created at the beginning, and how we can change it in order to make you sort of KPI. It's very important for the next market. I press the button, sorry. Okay, so at this level, we have make an example about stuff what we can do. So that is for submission. What we do with submission. So we have some key components. We need to visualize order process time, on-time delivery, and back order. We need to check inventory management, how we track it, and all the stuff like that. It's a lot of job, but this is job, it's logged as data for your company or not. That is important to go to the digitalized step. We need, I'm sorry, I changed the, thank you, thank you, Nicolas, to make me first. I never do that. Uh, okay, okay, other stuff we need to do. Key components, so we have performance measure, supplier quantity, transformation, and transportation, and we need to do forecasting. Forecasting will help us to make it better. Okay, that is a. Did you listen to me? No. Hello?
Still good,
Hello?
David. Still good.
Eh,
No
It's
problem.
okay?
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
Okay. So very a simple example of dashboard we make, for example, for subscription analytic. So how we got this all information? In fact, we got all this kind of information for different sources about your company. In fact, you doesn't know that your computer, you have your financial department, you have your HR department, you have your production department have a lot of data. What we do, we mix all of them and to create a global view, in fact, about how your company run and maybe how we can increase rentability about this project. I will explain later why and how. Okay, that is another dashboard where we just get analytic about machine, on the system of a machine manufacturing stuff. So yes, we have the OOE. I think you know about that, overall equipment effectiveness, equipment performance, availability, and quality. We do production yields. We tracked what output, reject, and scrap. That is important too for the industry. Okay, on all the time, downtime analysis, when the machine is off, production efficiency, what I add, the cycles that I do, when I need to let's say, to make the other side to be better, quality control, of course, defect rate, and all this stuff. We do all of this. Well, start, in fact, I hope by the next slide. So that is a kind of what we can obtain at the end of this analysis. So you have a global view about your business. Okay, benefits. Okay, we can in fact improve, let's say like that, all the stuff. We can efficiency the stuff, and we can, of course, cost reduction in terms of industrial stuff. But to do that, I try to be on. Okay. We can enhance currency control. Of course, we can have a competitive advantage. We can even predict what the market can do to it. So for the next months, just by manipulating and understand data. Okay, so just for your information, look at that. We have on your left side data source. Data source is all data which come from your company. Mhm. And of course, I'm sure nobody have currently a global data for all the company. You have the data from financial sector, you have the data from production sector, you have data from, let's say, production sector and stuff like that. But in fact, you have nothing to link all about all your data inside to make you a global picture about your business. And it's what we do, it's what we're able to do with BI. That means, we create what we call data loader. That means we get all information that we want onto the system, and we make a kind of new organization of data. Okay, about what is your goal, and based on that, then we have a stuff who come from multiple sources to go to a database. Then we can create dashboard case by. We can create external application and to go in again into this process, or why not AI process? Um, that is very important too. And by the way, all come from data. If you have no great data into your company, then we'll help you to create a good input of data that we need to organize the business about your process. Okay, I think it's finished. Conclusion in here, yes, if you have question. So for us, we know, and not only on manufacturing, in fact, it's on all business. We are sure that BI and dashboarding play vital roles into the manufacturing sector, but in all sectors too. You just need to understand and to optimize what data we have in order to optimize our delivery to our customer. So I'm on time or not?
Thanks a lot, David. Yeah, you're perfectly on time. Let me check. No question, at least for the moment, from the audience. So perhaps one from me. Actually, in the manufacturing field, you told me during the preparation that you do actually some nice project in Luxembourg with some nice industry. Could you tell us a little bit more about this project, perhaps not disclosing the client? Sure, that's not always possible, but what you do basically with this client, what you bring to him through this kind of project. Is
Yes,
it
of
more
course.
something on the production side or something on the IT side, OT side, or IT side? Can you?
Every project we done, it's both on IT side and let's say a process side. People use solution in industry, in manufacturing, who are a little bit old, and we can optimize that. And it's what we do, and we try at least. And what I could say that the most part is not IT. The most part is the analysis of the process. Okay, when you analyze all the process of the company, you could understand how you can put it on IT and to make it automatic process in order to leverage the business.
Systematically
Um,
realistic project.
Yes,
You
yes, yes. But
can,
it's
you
not
can
it's not only
separate.
IT, it's more than IT. You enter into the customer life, into what they do, how they do, how I can improve that, and what is the cost to improve that. So did the company is able to pay for that, or it's not necessary, or it's necessary to be in competition with the current market.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. So no question still from the audience. So rather than want to add something, I propose to, yeah, David, you want to say a
No,
last word?
no last word, please. Let me showing the next presentation.
Okay. Yeah, you'll be our guest, and for sure that we'll build something by bridging all this episode. That's
Yeah,
something
thank you.
interesting and important also, because we're just, yeah, in the middle of the process here. Thanks a lot again. So now our next speaker is Frédéric Perrin. Please welcome him. He's a business development manager in the data management field at Digora. Frédéric has over 20 years of experience in BI and data management. And prior to joining Digora, and since 2015, he has introduced and implemented the logical data fabric and data hub concepts with Denodo. Previously, he held data management, BI, team leader, and architect positions across several different clients. Frédéric, the floor is yours.
Merci. I switch in French. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bonjour à toutes et tous dans ce webinaire et merci à Luxinov effectivement de me faire participer pour cette présentation. Avant de continuer donc dans cette présentation relative au niveau du BI et du data management, je ne peux pas faire autant que de ne pas parler de data management puisque c'est effectivement mon scope, comme l'a dit précédemment Nicolas. Effectivement, comme l'a dit également David, la business intelligence est la représentation des données de l'entreprise, peu importe le secteur d'activité. Moi, ce que je vais vous présenter, donc effectivement, j'avais prévu une petite présentation me concernant, mais Nicolas l'a fait très bien. Juste pour rappel, je suis dans le domaine du data management et j'ai eu cette chance, et je tiens effectivement à l'exposer très fortement, de participer, d'élaborer, d'introniser notamment le concept qui n'est plus un concept aujourd'hui de Logical Data Fabric sur la place du Luxembourg chez différents clients et dans le cadre de l'urbanisation de leur système d'information orienté data et dont la finalité sont effectivement les analytics, les reporting, l'inclusion de machine learning, de l'intelligence artificielle et bien évidemment, on y pense également à tout ce qui est opérationnalité. Mais avant de continuer dans ma présentation et de vous faire découvrir effectivement un dernier use case que je vais vous présenter, notamment dans le cadre de la manufacture, il est important de noter que les challenges au sein des entreprises sont de plus en plus grands en termes d'information et focalisés sur le data, notamment différents challenges qu'on pourrait, on va dire, traduire de la façon suivante. Chaque société, peu importe quel secteur, souhaite de plus en plus disposer à chaque instant d'une infrastructure de plus en plus performante en vue de gérer des urgences, ces incidents à des heures non ouvrées de façon opérationnelle, cherche également à avoir et à maintenir un niveau de compréhension et de tout ce qui est autour de l'informatique au sein de sa société, également d'intégrer des évolutions du marché. Généralement, on est de plus en plus en retard par rapport à l'opérationnel et par rapport à la vision du futur et la vision du marché. Également, on parle de GDPR de plus en plus et donc de sécurisation et de gouvernance. On cherche également à maîtriser de plus en plus nos coûts en termes d'IT. L'objectif étant de ne plus percevoir l'IT comme étant un centre de coût, mais plutôt comme un centre de développement. Et enfin, l'objectif capital et principal, dans la mesure où on a quand même un boom des données, c'est de pouvoir les exploiter et de les transformer en information. Alors, partant de ce postulat, j'ai deux axes à vous présenter avant de continuer, qui sont d'une part, d'après une source IDG, 400 sources. On utilise approximativement 400 sources de data dans les grandes organisations, privées comme publiques. Ça, c'est le premier constat. Donc, des sources de données qui sont hétérogènes, non hétérogènes, uniformes, non uniformes. Et 94%, d'après des cloud vendors, type Amazon, Google, 94% utilisent plus de 10 différentes tools, applications au sein de leurs entreprises, ce qui est énorme. D'où la conclusion, c'est-à-dire qu'un single processing system, type data warehouse, devient obsolète. On ne peut plus utiliser dans une société qu'un seul système ou qu'une seule application en termes de représentation de la donnée pour différentes raisons. Le deuxième constat, c'est celui-ci. C'est qu'aujourd'hui, on a une exposition relative à des sources multiples de données. David l'a dit précédemment, on a une quantité de différents data sources en interne, en externe, cloud, on-prem. On a des traitements qui sont de plus en plus exigeants, des traitements existants qu'il faut continuer à maintenir. Ça, c'est le rôle de l'IT. Lorsqu'on parle, je vous donne un exemple, de manager, de maintenir un data warehouse, pour prendre que cet exemple-là, ça nécessite beaucoup d'efforts aujourd'hui en termes de structure, parce qu'un data warehouse, aujourd'hui, n'est pas agile. Ça, c'est le premier point. Le deuxième point, c'est les traitements au niveau des data. Dans la mesure où, pour des questions d'évolution de marché, des changements de RP, des changements d'implémentation, type SAP, etc., on est obligé de s'adapter à l'évolution et donc d'interagir avec notre système existant. Et d'autre part, de l'autre côté, au niveau de tout ce qui est business user, end user, on cherche à faire évoluer notre secteur d'activité, nos analyses, nos besoins. Et on va se diriger vers plus d'agilité, on requête plus d'agilité, on demande plus de facilité d'utilisation et on va se tourner vers des technologies de type reporting, puisque c'est la finalité, ou de dashboarding, entre autres, pour tout ce qui est direction, par secteur d'activité, de façon souple, parce que aujourd'hui, il apparaît que les systèmes mis en place deviennent de plus en plus difficiles en termes d'exploitation de business. Donc, on va se tourner vers des technologies, sans les citer et sans faire de promotion, type tableau, type business object, ou encore mieux, plus facile, apparemment, Excel, ça existe toujours, ou Power BI, puisqu'effectivement, ça donne une représentation facile et agile de la représentation des data qu'on va chercher dans l'entreprise. Ceci étant, on arrive à un dilemme. Et ce dilemme, c'est ce que j'appelle le spaghetti effect. Ce spaghetti effect, c'est de par les silos. On silote à la fois l'IT et le business. Les besoins ne sont plus les mêmes. On n'a plus forcément d'interaction. L'IT, effectivement, est perçu comme un centre de coût, d'une part, alors qu'il cherche à faire de son mieux pour maintenir son écosystème de data et faire évoluer son écosystème data en vue de permettre aux utilisateurs finaux d'avoir leurs analyses, leur reporting, leur facturation, etc., etc. Et de l'autre côté, nous avons les business users, les end users qui cherchent de plus en plus d'agilité et qui vont se tourner vers des solutions tierces, bypassant ainsi les règles de sémantique et de capitalisation au sein de l'entreprise. Exemple type, un chiffre d'affaires. Un chiffre d'affaires, c'est une règle de gestion. On va le préciser, on va le modéliser en termes d'information, de data, on va le capitaliser. Si moi, effectivement, je suis directeur commercial ou directeur financier ou autre, ma vision du chiffre d'affaires peut également évoluer en fonction de certaines contraintes réglementaires et du marché. Donc, je vais demander, par exemple, à faire évoluer cette règle de gestion. Premier impact, c'est l'agilité en termes d'implémentation de cette règle de gestion dans mon système existant, aller rechercher l'information, etc., etc., et les post-traitements. Donc, la base de la base. Et d'autre part, j'ai peut-être pas forcément envie d'attendre 6 mois pour pouvoir avoir une mise à jour de mon chiffre d'affaires parce que j'en ai besoin demain. Et donc, on va se tourner pour contrecarrer les plans, puisque je n'ai pas tout de suite cette information-là, mes équipes IT vont le faire. Je vais me tourner vers des solutions agiles et je vais faire un petit peu, pardon pour l'expression, du mamaillage dans mon coin en vue de sortir mes chiffres. Donc, une représentation qui devient de plus en plus obsolète et non homogène au sein de l'entreprise et on perd en granularité. Ça, c'est le deuxième constat. Et enfin, c'est un gros plat de spaghettis, puisqu'aujourd'hui, les écosystèmes en termes de data sont sous-évalués et doivent continuer à être pérennisés en vue de fournir quoi? De l'information et produire de l'information, mais de plus en plus difficile à maintenir en interne. Alors, ce que je vais vous présenter, pour être plus concret, c'est l'histoire d'un de mes clients. Un client européen, qui est un client effectivement de manufacturing européen, qui produit tout ce qui est produit d'hygiène, et qui me dit: Frédéric, oui, on a un souci, on veut effectivement centraliser notre dashboarding et notre reporting parce qu'effectivement, on utilise Tableau, mais on a beaucoup de multisources. Alors oui, je lui dis, effectivement, le multisource avec Tableau ou avec Power BI, vous pouvez le faire, mais le problématique, ça devient la sémantique, puisqu'effectivement, on perd en termes de gouvernance. Et nous, on aimerait bien, effectivement, on a plusieurs data sources, on a des fichiers XML, on a des fichiers XLS, on est fournisseur de données, on est également consommateur de données, on a des data warehouses existants, et puis 80% de notre scope, c'est du GD Awards, mais on a d'autres data sources qui viennent se plugger dessus, et mon IT, elle commence à s'écrouler parce que on fait tout à la main, on développe en WinDev, on n'a pas de workflow, on n'a pas de processus d'intégration. Alors, processus d'intégration qui sont historiques et inhérents à une société, puisqu'effectivement, c'est quand même la base. Ils ont fondé leur capitalisation de data sur cette base-là. Ce n'est pas une faute. Mais il me dit, j'aimerais urbaniser un petit peu tout ça. Et l'objectif, c'est aussi de réduire les coûts, parce qu'à chaque fois qu'on me demande effectivement d'implémenter une règle de gestion, de changer une règle de gestion, ça met 2 semaines, 3 semaines, voire 1 mois. Et puis, si je demande de changer de technologie, ça devient de plus en plus compliqué. Je suis obligé de faire des adaptations avec mes équipes de développement qui travaillent sur WinDev pour faire toute leur extraction et leur data préparation dans leur data warehouse, qui est basé non pas sur site, mais out-site, donc c'est-à-dire dans le cloud, etc., etc. Et donc, l'objectif, c'est effectivement d'homogénéiser tout ça. Et je reviens sur les slides précédents que je vous ai fournis. On est totalement dans le scope du plat de spaghetti. Alors, l'approche que j'ai commencé à itérer avec eux, c'est d'une part, on va commencer par rationaliser non pas votre reporting, puisque votre finalité existe, mais c'est de rationaliser votre gouvernance et également votre système d'information en termes de data. Donc, inclure des workflows et des processus de collection et de data management, avec 2 options. L'objectif n'étant d'une part de ne pas remettre en cause votre existant, puisque c'est quand même la base de votre société. Donc oui, mais comment faire? Et la deuxième, c'est de répondre aussi à vos premiers enjeux en évoluant avec vous dans le futur et en vous laissant une place pour vous permettre d'aller à votre rythme, parce que l'objectif, ce n'est pas d'aller vers le Big Bang. Et donc, il veut s'orienter vers plus de stockage, je le comprends. Lorsqu'on a besoin effectivement de données de plus en plus opérationnelles, on a besoin de charger énormément d'informations et donc d'avoir une haute validité en termes de volumétrie. Donc je lui dis, pour répondre à cette problématique-là, on peut s'orienter vers une data platform. Data platform, je ne vais pas citer de nom, mais on peut parler de Snowflake, on peut parler d'AWS si c'est dans le cloud, on peut parler de OCI chez Oracle, par exemple, ou autre. Peu importe. Je ne fais pas de différenciation. Mais c'est effectivement de pouvoir capitaliser là-dessus. Et le deuxième axe, c'est la Logical Data Fabric. Et cette Logical Data Fabric qui serait peut-être effectivement la première option à mettre en place en vue de permettre une agilité virtuelle sans remettre en cause l'existant, en vue de permettre et de fédérer l'ensemble de vos données dans votre entreprise pour améliorer les workflows de traitement, de collecte et de préparation de vos data. Donc, voilà le scope en termes d'analytique en vue d'homogénéiser et de permettre à ce client de rationaliser son système d'information. Enfin, pour conclure, je suis désolé Nicolas, je parle beaucoup, il faut beaucoup m'interrompre. Pour moi, de mon point de vue, si la BI est effectivement la finalité en termes de reporting des besoins business, je pense qu'il ne faut pas oublier son reflet qui est le data management. On perd énormément de temps, et je le vois, je me permets de le dire par expérience, à traiter des données, à mettre en place des workflows, mettre en place une gouvernance de data. Je pense que le retour sur investissement de ce point de vue-là, tout en prenant en compte des technologies modulables, donc modulables sur base de frameworks de data, qui permettent de rentrer, de s'orienter vers une organisation de type data mesh, me semble être une clé pour arriver et maintenir une BI de plus en plus robuste. Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Oui, on est un petit désolé pour l'audience. Sorry for the inconvenience. We have something with an interference between the device of Frederick and mine. Frederick, are you okay for question in English?
Yes, no problem.
Okay. Thanks. On my side, yeah, really like the part on the spaghetti effect. You mentioned, and that's, I think, pretty clear for a lot of us, all the, let's say, traditional tools that end user could have to manipulate data, to visualize data. You mentioned Power BI, Tableau, and even Excel. For sure, it's not dead. And do you see the emergence of also concerning shadow IT of low-code, no-code tools? I'm just thinking about, I don't know, Airtable or things like that. What's the...
It's not Yes, shadow IT exists for sure, and will continue to exist. This is the case. As a second hand, my focus will be to speak about the flexibility and the agility of the end users that want. I mean that like I explained in my presentation, a lot of users contour the system because it begins, the data system, the data ecosystem, because it begins to be less flexible as they want. And for example, I take the opportunity to say that, I work also in another company that have a reporting with business object. Business object was a great tool in there are 20 years, but because they include semantics. But due to the complexity of the data warehouse or info center or database model, end user doesn't understand by querying anything. And it begins to be very difficult to assist them to understand their business. And this is a goal. That's why to answer your question, yes, shadow IT exists. No code on the user side. Okay, they search that, but they are not developers. And this is a risk for the enterprise to lose their functionality or their acculturation, their enterprise culture.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thanks a lot, Frederic. And just looking at the question, no more questions. So it's time now to welcome Jesus. It's his turn to share his vision and the one of Damco Solutions Europe, of which he is vice president. Jesus has held director roles in consulting firms such as Mansultan and Deloitte. Here, he managed multiple projects requiring combination of business and technical skills. So this guy is able to go in the two domains. Jesus, we listen to you.
Thank you, Nicolas. Hello, everyone. Good morning for everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to speak about the manufacturing Power BI or business intelligence. So, because I lucky that David Frederic spoke very well, very nice presentation before me. So I think that I'm going to focus today in one important goal. It's like everyone in the audience, they will think about business intelligence in their company, in their product. So just a couple of additional words about me. So I IT engineer by default, but in Luxembourg I developed many digital transformation projects, blockchain, Web3, cloud transformation, or IT strategy. But today I'm working with Danco, that is a digital innovative enterprise that they are helping clients to grow through to software engineering and application. And I think that is very important because the topic of today is about growth. So just two sentences more about Danco, because we are pretty new in Luxembourg. We just arrived in May, but the company has more than 20, this year is the 27th anniversary of the firm. So we are 1 year behind of David. And we develop many projects worldwide with more than 2,200 employees in the different locations. So we are present in US, UK, Luxembourg, Middle East, also in Caribbean and India company. So we are committed to improve in the European market with innovation. And that's why this opportunity from Luxinnovation, we believe that is very good for us. So speaking about the business intelligence and dashboarding, so I think that my colleagues already say what is necessary. So just to highlight, for me, like today, every business have more competitors. So the market is always more difficult to make the difference. So this means that you as an entrepreneur or you as a company owner, you need to do something else. And maybe this something else is about business intelligence. So at the end of the day, you are creating many data, your company is managing many projects, but you don't have the tools that they can give you this advantage. So when we are speaking about business intelligence and dashboarding, there is like a critical features that you can benefit, like a real-time visibility. You can optimize your resource. You can obtain a holistic view of your supply chain. You can also create KPIs that they will help you to take decisions. Also, you can identify areas of improvement thanks to these KPIs and dashboard. And at the end of the day, this will transform into a financial impact in some way. So let me show you one use case that Danco developed a couple of years ago. So it was for a power health industry in North America. So basically, they sell and distribute cattle healthcare, pharmaceutical drugs, vaccine, feed supplement, diagnostic equipment, and animal handling equipment and veterinary service. So basically, what they were looking for is to consolidate all this animal inventory for more than 100 feed location in order to monitor and to obtain KPIs that they will support the management to take the decision. So all this data will go to feed the business intelligence and dashboarding tool. And so basically, the solution that Danco developed for them, it was just consolidate all these channel of information from the different cloud, from the different server, from the different flows into a single source of truth. So for this specific solution, they use a data lake, Azure SQL, and Power BI to develop ETL pipeline that basically is a extract, transform, and load. So this is very common when we are speaking about business intelligence. And then we create the dimensional model for visualization and to show these KPIs. So even if I use many words like business intelligence, KPIs, but at the end of the day, you just need to put in your mind that for the user is just a more comprehensive way to see what is happening in the company. Because all this implementation, so the solution was able to provide the decision makers or the management of the company a better understanding about the inventory, about the feeding history, about the operational cost, about the revenue with the SAN analysis, and then they could create more strategic planning. How looks like? So something like that. So I just put in the presentation the couple of print screen from the user where all this information gathered from the different sources, from the different plots with the different stream data, they can be seen in a single dashboard. Yeah, much better. So basically, they can start looking if there is a problem or what kind of a medicament was missing. So what kind of animal is suffering more during the year? If there is a possibility to replace the medicament on time. So all of this will be created by this dashboard. Yeah. Because for me, it's not important just about the use case, it's about the benefit. So independently of the use case, at the end of the day, the important is that this company, they were able to grow, to decrease the cost and to increase the revenue by 12% just adapting their different flows of data and this big data that I was creating without no management into this dashboard, because they improve in 50% the market readiness. So this meaning that they will take more better decision on time about, for example, the animal shipment, or to optimize the health. I'm trying to minimize the potential of delays. And at the end also of the day is about 20% of decrease in operational costs. So if you sum the 12% of increased revenue plus the 20% of operational costs, so we're speaking about the revenue growth of 32%. So I think that is very powerful. So just some conclusion, and to put everyone in the same page, is like a business intelligence and dashboard will transform positively in your company. Yes, 100% in any scenario. That any company at any stage produce tons of data, and they need to manage, and they need to take advantage of this data. They would like to be competitive in the market of today. That all this implementation will create a financial impact. So either you will decrease your cost, or you will increase your revenue thanks to all this information. That any workflow or processes can be evolved with the business intelligence. So it's not because you are not in supply chain, you are in management. Even consulting company, they can be more profitable if they put business intelligence for resourcing, for human resources, and for other data. And also, very important, the employees, the humans, so that they are behind of the company. So we can increase the satisfaction of the user and the employees thanks to these tools that they will help them in the daily basis. So at the end of the day, it's like an holistic approach, because you just managing much better your data that you are creating. You will increase your revenue, you will be more competitive, your cost will be decreased, and also your employees will be more happy. And I think that that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jesus. We have an interesting question from Arnaud. Yeah, basically, the question is about comparing the situation in BI at the moment to the one 20 years ago. What has fundamentally changed, rather than the amount, the global amount of data that is managed?
Yeah.
Are there important things to highlight in this period?
Yeah, I think that maybe 20 years ago, we were not sure about what to do with this data. Also, maybe speaking about the market, maybe you don't care to be much better. So maybe you don't have the stress to improve your business against competitors. So also today we have a lot of competitors. We have many players that you want to be different. You want to do something else. So you are taking the opportunity of all this data that you can transfer in something else. So maybe 20 years ago it was not necessary because the pressure was less, and also we don't have the capability to read, to transfer, to extract, and to create something else with this data. But today we have also RPA, we have artificial intelligence. So we have a new technology that they are merging with this business intelligence, that they will support business for sure.
Great, thank you, Regis. We still have a little bit of time, so for the last one. So first of all, thanks to the three of you. Sorry, result of the poll. Yeah, sure. Yeah, basically people are really here to receive an update on related technologies and trends. There is 50% of the the audience that is here for this purpose. And we have also two that come for the curiosity, and that's nice. Once again, no judgment. So very last question. We still have time, as I said. Still from Arnaud. So everyone who wants to jump on the scene is welcome to answer this one. What is specific in manufacturing regarding BI management? So what is the main, let's say, the main difference for you between a project that you could have led for the banking insurance domain and another one in the industry? Is there any specificity? Who wants to interview?
Insurance industry, or maybe on other kind of industry, data is the key. And we need just to understand the data in order to provide after other information for the company to take the right decision.
Conclusion words. Jesus, Frédéric, something else to? Yeah.
No, I mean, I was working for the intelligence service for 10 years, where the information is the key and is the asset. So for me, when I see the companies, you can see that with data we can improve and we can grow because of this data. So for me, it's like what they are not doing before, or what they are waiting for. So I think that the company need to understand that the data is key, is the asset, is the new class asset, and they need to go for it. Yeah.
And first thing to do is to jump.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to understand what is missing, how they can elaborate this data, how they can transform, because the data by raw doesn't have value. But when you transform, when you create the KPIs, when you analyze, and you are able to take a better decision for your company, then it's an asset. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Frédéric?
Yes, like you said, we are aware for that. Data is a key. But just another word about the organization of the enterprise around the data. And I guess, I mean that it is very important from now, to begin an organization or restructuration to organize department entity by expertises in terms of data. And this is called data mesh. I do another presentation about that. And I guess that this is the future, really. Agility, flexibility, okay, we start from the past with a tool like ETL and so on. Okay, this is an existing tool. But the organization in terms of data is very, very important.
Yeah, great. So there is no data project, let's say, without agility and cultural transformation in the company.
It's difficult. It's difficult to switch from that.
Okay. Thanks. And once again, thanks a lot, guys. It was a pleasure to share this session with you. So now, still a few minutes left to give you a bit of update regarding the L-DIH. So first of all, the next episode of this DIH talk. So as I mentioned, we do a summer break, so no DIH talks in August. That will be our pleasure to see you again in September for the last episode of this series dedicated to this time to artificial intelligence. So it will be on Friday, 22nd of September, and you can already register to this through dih.lu/events. You're welcome. And the one of October, Friday, 20th October, will be about design thinking. So we change a bit the scope, the discussion, and we see how we can, design problem-solving approach. Yeah, now let's talk about the now famous DIH on tour. So this year it will take place on 4 dates, 4 locations, so September 26 and 28 and October 3 and 5, and more to come. So stay tuned on this side, because aside of this nice stages, we are in advanced discussion with 4 superb companies that we haven't visited so far. And once again, DIH.lu to pre-register, because from this DIH on tour is more and more famous, as I said, and there is more and more demand to participate. So you can already flash the QR code. And yeah, this year there is something special also around the DIH on tour. On November 14 and 15, we'll visit SPS Fair, so Smart Production Solutions. That's a fair in Nuremberg. And that will be on the 14th, and on the 15th, our great team is arranging visit of the digital factory of Siemens in Hamburg. So that will be again a great opportunity to get together and to exchange. Everybody is welcome. Once again, we have a bit of limitation. You can understand easily, I guess. But yeah, all the information again, dih.lu. And sorry, the slide is not. Yeah. So one more thing, as mentioned in my introduction, and as proven by the initiatives we've presented so far, and also this great webinar today, we are now an established community. We are made out of organization, but also, and perhaps that's the most important, people who are continuously sharing their experience, the good and sometimes bad lessons they've learned in one of the digitization journeys they've taken part in. And to materialize this community, we are proud to announce that we have now launched a great tool that you'll find at this web address. For the one that are in the details, you will see that actually that's the same tool, that's the same platform that we use at the moment to produce this webinar. And here you'll be able, to get in contact with all the people that registered in this webinar, but also in the previous one. And you will be also able to see, to take a look at our replays and all the initiatives that we launched or will launch until the next, until the end of the year and beyond. So don't hesitate, register now. So we are now to an end, and it remains for me to wish you all, and on behalf of all the entire DIH team, a wonderful summer. Special thanks to my colleagues Lynn and Ocean, who helped me a lot to organize this webinar. So thank you, ladies. And we hope to see even more of you in September. See you.